Thank you for tuning in to watch Sixto. My name's Sixto. Today is a theme of vintage watches. This one is a Citizen from, actually I couldn't figure out what year this guy was manufactured, but there's two different models on this watch. Let's see if I could zoom in or pan into it. At the 6, you see a CMD 02016, and you turn this little guy over, you have a CMC 02006, and it's gold plated. It's a 17 jewel manual wind movement. So manual wind, we're in the 30s, so this could probably be pushing close to the 50s, give or take. Like this watch is lent in to me by Timekeeper. I don't play with the case back. That's a no-go for me. This watch came without a strap. I'm right now temporarily using my beautiful Seagull, reissued 1963, because they both have the same lug width, 18 mil, but obviously not after that. Similarities end, but it's still a cool watch. Gold plated. It has a pie crust bezel around with the mineral crystal, the nice little high top. And surprisingly, the hour marker still has power in the loom. Let's see get the light out of the way. I was figuring that those looms were shot, but not really. Stay tuned. I'll impose a loom shot to this guy. The indices and the little dots of the hour markers are not loomed at all. Those are faded away. As you can see, the patina was wearing on this guy. It's like a purple bluish dial, which you can see. Let's see, get some of the light out of the way. You can see at the between the 3, almost at the 2 till 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, you can see the paint wearing off. That's still a cool watch. I like how the patina is showing on the inside. It looked like literally somebody had something like a pen, something sharp, and just sat in those little areas. Whether when they drawing a blank, when they resurfaced it. And almost a little bit between the 7 and 8, very small, and also between the 1 and 2. Still a cool watch for its time. Still trying to figure out what year this bad boy was manufactured and what is the model or the model number for the movement that they were using. Of course, you know, Citizen's been around for a hot minute, and they bought Bulova, and they become a powerhouse to be known. So I'll give you a little quick wrist shot, and I'll give you the breakdown or the measurements for the case. Here it is on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. Not too bad. And the size comparison again. Sorry for getting in the camera. Here is the You can see the difference. My Seagull is a 38 movement. And the case, I'm sorry, brain farting. The case for this one, lug to lug, have it at a 40.3, 33.9 from 8 to 2. If you add the crown, 36.8. The crown size is 4.8, pretty much a 5 mil. Like I said, 18 mil lug width. Thickness with the size of the dome, I have it at 10.8, roughly under 11. Like I said, manual one movement. Can't tell the difference if it's from the 30s or on. Yeah, there's no way. There's no markings on inside the in between the lugs to give you anything. Honestly, you can't go wrong with Citizen. I've seen several vintage models that are still taken away. And especially if you were looking at vintage pieces, always ask your local watch repair shop. Ask the guy or whoever is working behind the counter that's repairing watches or restoring. Ask them if they sell watches. Ask them if they have certain brands that you're looking for, and if not, and ask them who do they trust to buy vintage watches. There's nothing worse than getting a watch that you bought, you put in. It doesn't matter how much of money you paid for it. It's still your money at the end of the day. Make sure you do your due diligence. Ask the questions, and ask for people that they refer, and ask them questions. What is their warranty? Some people have a year warranty, or they'll straight up tell you buy the watch as is. But 9 times out of 10, they give you a warranty for the piece, especially if they if they resurfaced their watch. Because my local watch guy, he has a year. That's his max. He has a year. He guarantees his work for a year. That's cool. Unless if it's a certain brand that has discontinued movements, then that pretty much is as is. But he'll also point you to the right direction for the individual that will service that watch. Like I said, always do your homework. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask them. The worst that will happen is they'll give you the right individual that could lead you down to the vintage rabbit hole, which there is a lot of these gems. Be careful on eBay. Always, like they always say, when you're buying a watch, make sure you buy the seller first, then you can buy the watch afterwards. Because if you buy the watch, then you don't do, and you feel uncomfortable with the seller, and it's not going to be always good for you, because the seller could always screw you over at the end. Because there's some individuals there that will screw you over because they just want the money and care less about the individual and what they're looking for. Sorry for that little ramble at the end. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Let me know what you guys think about Citizen. Do you guys like their vintage line, their modern line? Put it in the comments down below. Until the next one, you guys are awesome. Bye.